Indian defense and national security could soon be threatened by Chinese J10 fighter jets being operated by Bangladesh. Yes, you heard that right. So, India, USA, or China? Which of these superpowers has emerged victorious after the violent regime change in Bangladesh and Sheikh Hasina's ouster? Certainly not India, with Prime Minister Modi's government criticizing unchecked attacks on Hindu minorities in Bangladesh. Not even America. Neither has the interim Yunus government handed over St. Martin Island to Washington to build a military base, nor has the United States agreed to sell its F-16 fighter jets to Dhaka, with reports indicating Washington does not want to compromise its ties with India. But it seems China is now making serious inroads in Bangladesh under Yunus. According to latest reports, Bangladesh is eyeing Chinese J10 fighter jets along with attack helicopters to boost its defense, but these could also be used to pose a direct threat to India's national security. Now, just a few days ago, reports emerged how Bangladesh deployed Baykar drones from Turkey along the India border. While these drones are no match for India's air defense systems, the deployment is an indication of intent. So if Dhaka does acquire the J10 fighter jets from China, will it deploy these against India, a country which fought a war with Pakistan for Bangladesh's independence in 1971? The timing of the development cannot be coincidental, as it comes at a time when Bangladesh's ties with India have reached a boiling point due to border issues and treatment of Hindu minorities, with Yunus government being forced to acknowledge at least 88 attacks targeting Hindu temples and families in the country. A recent report confirmed how Bangladesh is desperately seeking to enhance its air capabilities, with Air Chief Marshal Hassan Mahmud Khan of the Bangladesh Air Force bringing up the matter with the US administration during a recent visit to Washington. A State Department official on the condition of anonymity stated how Bangladesh's requirement was not appropriate for its strategic needs, considering how close it lies to India. Now it seems China will emerge the winner. A report by the South China Morning Post stated Khan then attended China's Zhuhai Air Show and met with officials from the China National Aero Technology Import and Export Corporation, where talks were held on Dhaka's potential J10 purchase. But what exactly is China's J10 capable of? The 4.5 generation multi-role combat aircraft is commonly known as the Vigorous Dragon and is equipped with Chinese-manufactured WS-10B engine. The Chinese fighter jet is designed for both air superiority and ground attack, posing a huge security challenge for India. So who does Bangladesh intend to use it against? It is surrounded on three sides by India, with a relatively small coastal region is bordered with Myanmar. This coastal region is currently under attack by the Arakan Army rebels, who seized control of the border area after defeating Myanmar Junta forces in a bloody battle. Earlier, the Rohingya had fled this region under pressure from the Arakan army. So does Bangladesh want to use the jets against this Myanmar rebel group? Well, who supports this rebel group? Any guesses? Yes, it's China once again. CCP has been supplying weapons to this rebel group in an attempt to push its own interest in Myanmar, as well as gain control over the Bay of Bengal coastline. For China, supplying weapons to the Arakan army and then jets to Bangladesh would be a win-win situation, as it will exert tremendous control and gain access to vital shipping ports in the region, with an aim to bypass the Malacca Strait choke point, as well as threaten India's relatively secure eastern seaboard. However, the fact is that Dhaka has an aging air force and its aircraft need replacement. With US denying any F-16 sale, Russians involved in their own war, and French jets too expensive, Bangladesh may not have many options left but to buy cheap Chinese military equipment, which includes J-10s as well as attack helicopters. Remember, Bangladesh already is China's second biggest arms buyer after Pakistan, the first country to order the J-10C fighters from China. This includes China providing Bangladesh with trainer aircraft, tanks, vessels, and missiles over the years, with past deliveries also including 16 F-7MG fighters between 2006 and 2013. But the pro-China tilt being shown by the Yunus government is in stark contrast to the anti-China stance Dhaka had been adopting under Sheikh Hasina. Remember, an angry Hasina had cut short her China trip after being snubbed by Xi Jinping. She then stated that she wants India to undertake the $1 billion Teesta River Development Project in place of China, stating, quote, "China is ready, but I want India to do the project," unquote. In fact, under the Hasina regime, Bangladesh military had complained about Chinese companies providing faulty spare parts for corvettes and offshore patrol vehicles. These vessels were found to have manufacturing defects and technical problems, an issue many countries have raised in the past, calling Chinese weapons based on poor quality or outdated technology. In a separate incident, the Bangladesh Air Force reported technical issues with Chinese-made F-7 fighter jets and short-range air defense systems. So the government and military, which had been complaining about Chinese military equipment, is now aiming to secure a multi-billion-dollar deal for the J10 fighter jets. But the fact is, Bangladesh's overhyped economy is in a downward spiral ever since the regime change, and it most likely cannot buy more than a handful of jets. So can a few J10s really pose a security threat to India? Well, not really. India has adequate Rafale and Su30 fighter squadrons, air defense systems and surveillance network in place in the northeast to guard against China. So Bangladesh is not really a challenge. However, the big question remains, with the growing anti-India stance being adopted by Bangladesh, how can the PM Modi government ensure India's strategic interests are not compromised against China? Leave a comment with your opinion, hit the like button and subscribe to Inconnect News.